Okay everybody, welcome back to ZQ1 Plays. I'm so glad that you're here. Now, through this video, if you see me glancing off to the side, it's because my computer's here and I'm kind of looking at some images and some information as we go through it. But today is all about the starter Pokemon for the brand new generation. Of course, you got Grookey and Scorbunny and Sobble, and we're gonna talk through all three of them, specifically talking about stats, abilities. Are these Pokemon gonna be viable or not? You see, sometimes starter Pokemon are viable. In the case of Charizard and his mega forms. Think about Empoleon, and think about especially Incineroar in recent years. As soon as his hidden ability Intimidate became available, that Pokemon took over VGC, and actually now it's still a mainstay on most Pokemon teams in the current VGC meta, to the point where a lot more people have Incineroar on their team than even they have legendaries, which is crazy when you think about it. So, Gen 8, are we looking at another Pokemon starter that's going to take over the meta, or are we looking at a few that are going to be duds, like some of the other starters from other generations? We're going to get into it. So here's my breakdown of what I'm hoping Grookey looks like when he's released. He's the starter I'm going to be picking, so this is what I would love to see from Grookey. Are you ready? Grookey, here he is. Now, obviously every grass starter has this ability, Overgrow, but what I would like to see is the hidden ability, Rock Head. Here's why. Basically, if he does turn out to be grass rock type, imagine a final evolution of Grookey having the Wood Hammer move and having something like Rock Wrecker, right? Where basically whenever he does a recoil move, he doesn't take the damage in return. Now, I understand that sounds a little overpowered, maybe it would be, but all that I think that it needs to happen is they just need to limit his tankiness, right? If he's too tanky and he has Rock Head, that's gonna make him way overpowered. They just need to limit his tankiness as opposed to his offenses. So here's what I would like to see out of Grookey. Kind of have a little above average HP, which I really love in a grass type Pokemon, especially on the physical side. Having that higher HP gives them just a little bit more survivability early game, but later in the game, as long as it doesn't overscale, right, it's still going to be pretty balanced. But as you can see, I've given Grookey that 70 base stat in attack. That's the highest attack of any grass starter ever, but I would love to see it. Now, of course, his special attack and especially his special defense suffers greatly. You can see he can't take very many hits on the special side at all before he evaporates, and grass has a lot of special weaknesses when you think about ice and fire. Even some special attacking flying mons can hit him really hard, so you got to be careful, but what it gives him in terms of attack, I would love to see. Now, as far as speed goes, it's a very average speed tier, and when it gets to that final evolution, I would hope they don't make it any more than 70 or 80 at the very max, right? I don't think he should have fast speed if he's gonna have a super high attack. But for final evolution Grookey, I would love to see like 130 base attack. I think that would be so cool, hitting with moves like Wood Hammer and Rock Wrecker. Probably not gonna happen. That's what I hope from Grookey. If that comes to pass, he's gonna be my favorite starter of all time. Now, let's get into one starter that didn't have a whole lot of good reception right off the bat, but lately he's been picking up steam, and that is Scorbunny, right? Everybody loves the bunny now, and I think he's cool. Honestly, I think he's a really good design. All those people saying that he's a lazy design or he's just like Lopunny or whatever, forget it. I think Scorbunny is amazing. He's so cute. But here's what I'm thinking in terms of stats. I think Scorbunny is this generation's Froakie. I really think they're gonna push this mon, and I think by the end of this generation, we're gonna see Scorbunny's line trying to become kind of like a quasi mascot for Gen 8, right? I really think Scorbunny is the one that Game Freak is really trying to get behind. Scorbunny, when I see Scorbunny, I see frail, I see fast, and I love what I see about Scorbunny. So here's what I come up with. Okay. So when you look at his base stats, obviously his HP and his defense are very low, right? And his special attack, special defense are kind of mid-range, almost average, but still below average. But his attack is 62, which is above average, and his speed is 80. That's a higher base speed than so many final evolutions. But I really think they're going to make a statement with Score Bunny, and he's going to be a sweeper type mon that we've been looking for. Now, the reason I leaned him towards physical attacking and not special is because we've had a lot of special fire sweepers that have tried to come out of the starter Pokemon. But for Score Bunny, I really think he's going to go physical because of his big old honking feet, right? When you think about kicks and punch type moves, Blaze Kick is a really sweet fire move that has decent base power, and it doesn't have recoil. Obviously, Flare Blitz is the top run fire type physical move in the metagame, but I would love to see Score Bunny get Blaze Kick, get Flare Blitz, but maybe even get something akin to like a high jump kick, but a new move that's fire based, high jump kick. I think that would be so sweet. So obviously you can see what I'm going for here. I'm giving him the Reckless ability as a hidden ability. Who knows if this is going to come true, but how crazy would it be if you had Score Bunny, who many speculate is going to be fire and electric typing. What if he was fire electric and he could run Wild Charge, Flare Blitz, high jump kick, all with the Reckless ability? That would be a lot of damage coming out of this fast bunny. I think that his speed may come to match Greninja's by the final evolution. When you look at that Pokemon, I don't know how you can look at it and not think they're building this thing to be a super fast sweeping machine. I'm excited to see where they take Score Bunny. I don't think he's going to be overpowered. I think his defenses will be really low. Hopefully not as bad as Pheromosa, but we may be looking at a similar kind of situation. Outrageous speed at the expense of defenses. Now, if he does turn out to be fire electric, they could also go with a couple of other abilities. Reckless is obviously, in my opinion, probably too hopeful. I would guess that they might go with something like, Static or Volt Absorb, something that's electric based that kind of flavors his whole kit to be a little bit more electric based, especially if he ends up being a fire electric bunny. Interested to see what he's going to be. This starter has a lot of potential. However, if they take it in a weird direction, I think Score Bunny will be the least picked starter immediately. Finally, we're going to look at the crowd favorite, the one that most people are picking in the playthrough on Twitter. Everywhere I look, I see Sobble everywhere. So let's get in to the Water Lizard Sobble. Okay, now Sobble is definitely one of the cutest of the three. I personally prefer Grookey, but I can see the appeal. The sad, kind of mysterious look to him, so sweet. He's very difficult to analyze, right? Because we don't know what he's going to look like. In some hands, he kind of reminds me of Jellicent in the way that he can kind of fade into water, and in other ways, he reminds me of something that could turn into a dragon, like a Kingdra, and have kind of some sweeper-looking stats. And so, I'm just going to tell you what I'm hoping from Sobble. When you look at the water starters all across the board, a lot of them have very even stat distributions. Now, obviously, Totodile is a standout, very heavy on the physical attacking side. But even some of the other ones like Oshawott, Piplup, Poplio, you can see a lot of their stats are very even. And so with Sobble, I don't see any reason to break that trend. You can see what I've decided to do with Sobble is similar to Jellicent in the way that it has the water absorbability. The way that Sobble just kind of fades into the water and then kind of comes uninvisible and comes out to pit out fires, but then it can like kind of blend in with the water again. I think it's a perfect Pokemon to get this ability. Basically, when it takes a water attack, it basically gains health instead of losing health, and it gains a quarter of its health back. So I think that could be really helpful on Sobble. However, I don't think that they can give him massive defenses and this ability. So here's what I'm thinking. Below average defense, right about average special defense, a high special attack stat, kind of an average looking speed stat, a little above average, and then his attack should be nothing special, and his HP should be below average. So what I'm hoping they're going to do is a slightly more balanced Greninja. I want Sobble to have high speed. I'm hoping for somewhere between 80 and 100. Not too high like Greninja, but also not near as low as the starters from Alola, which all three had very low speed stats in comparison to other generations. So if we could get Sobble's speed at its final evolution up to 80 to 100, right, and its special attack over the 100 mark, in physical attack, close to the 100 mark, but its defenses are obviously suffering because those attacking stats are so high. What I'm hoping from Sobble is we're gonna come up with like a Dragon Dance sweeper, or a Nasty Plot sweeper, or one of the few Pokemon that has the ability to do either or. Decent speed stat, but not able to outspeed everything without setup. A good special attack stat, but not able to one-hit things without setup. Decent attack stat, but no reason to use it unless you're using setup. Because what I'm hoping from Sobble is that when he gets to his final evolution, he will be either Water Poison or Water Dragon. Basically able to hit strongly with 2 stab attacks, and then I hope that if he turns into a Water Dragon, give that boy Dragon Dance, give him Nasty Plot, and then let the entire Pokemon community decide how to run Sobble on their own. I would love Sobble to turn into a water Pokemon that can be a special sweeper or a physical sweeper, or probably could use some sort of defense boosting move to stock up on defenses. I would love to see versatility out of this Pokemon. I don't think even the Pokemon Company knew how big of a splash, okay, that was kind of a pun, but splash Sobble was gonna make. But here he is. Everybody loves him, so give us a versatile Mon that we can run in any way that we like, and it will kind of actually work out. I really want to see this happen with Sobble, and I hope that you do too. Thank you for checking out my video on the starters. Leave a comment down below. Feel free to tell me how you feel about the starters, and I'm sure we're not done talking about them because I have a feeling we're going to see more from them very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts below. Hey you! Yeah, you! You watching my channel made my day. Come back soon. Ziki1